Hey, Batty, have you ever wondered why some people instantly feel magnetic online and are able to sell or tell their story with ease? Well, it's not because they're the most polished. It's definitely not because they're perfect. It's because they know how to communicate something real and with clarity. In my new course, Unlock Your Magnetic Message, I'm going to teach you the secret tips and tricks I've used with hundreds of clients using astrology, storytelling, strategy, and authentic self expression to build a voice people actually connect with and are drawn to. So, whether you're growing a podcast, writing a book, building a brand, or creating content online, this course is going to help you finally stop overthinking your message and start expressing yourself in a way that feels natural, honest, sparkly, and quite frankly, unforgettable. Check it out now on our Astro Academy. This week, the sky is giving yapping. We are talking, we are walking, we are click clack connecting. We are using our voices to be magnets for magic, but we also may be a little bit more in our feels. We might be deep in the feels, baddies, and I'm going to get into all that and more and what it means for you, how you can work with it intentionally to align with your highest and hottest self, of course. But first, before all that, welcome to Cosmic RX Radio, a podcast that gives you real-life tools of spiritual empowerment and pure hype. I'm your host and intuitive guide, MADI Murphy. I'll be serving up your weekly energy readings, cosmic boss interviews, and astro inspiration. Are you ready to love yourself more, manifest your dream life, and own your magic? Let's jump in. I'm your host, your high vibe hype woman, your cosmic consultant, your metaphysician, MADI Murphy, and I'm here to give you some cosmic prescriptions for the week in digestible doses. How are we feeling? We're coming off of that Sag full moon that was all about dreaming bigger, busting through those beliefs. You might still be feeling it at the time that you're listening to this because full moons, especially like an impactful full moon like that, it's sort of like it resonates, right? It's like hitting a gong. We're like, okay, we're still in the reverberations here. So pay attention to the downloads, the messages, but also the messengers. And I want to say before I get into the moon report and talk about this upcoming week's astrology, like a high level theme I want you to think about right now for this Gemini season is using your voice, right? Your voice is this like magnetic field. It's bringing things to you, more miracles, more magic, more love, more abundance, more freedom, more fulfillment. And also during Gemini season, I think something that gets slept on is that it's actually a time for deep intuitive messages. Like it's time of communication. And we have to remember, just like communicating with our friends, if you want to communicate more with your spirit guides, with your benevolent ancestors, and you should, because that is the ultimate just secret weapon hack life tip I could recommend. It's just like any friend. You have to make time for them, right? You have to sit down and listen to them. You're talking to them, but again, you're waiting to hear what they want to say. You're finding ways that you can kind of have, maybe if you're newer to it, ways of communicating with them, right? So oracle cards, pendulums, tarot cards, runes. These are great ways for your guides to speak to you. And besides that, if you don't use any of that, I feel like our guides love to speak to us in symbols, right? In numbers, in animals. So pay attention. So in addition to the Gemini earthly communicating we're doing, pay attention. I guarantee you with Sun, Uranus, and Gemini, with Mercury moving to Cancer this week, spoiler alert, there's going to be just some messages from other planes. And it is really your job to trust them, to act on them, and to have fun with it. Lean with it, rock with it, have fun with it. So let's get into Virgo announcements before we talk about the moon and the planets. Like I said, this Gemini season, just this June is really big. This Gemini season is really big for activating something in your voice that's going to take you somewhere that you might never have been able to dream up or anticipate, right? This is our first Sun and Uranus and Gemini season since 1940, too. So I want you to think about like, what do I want to speak into existence? What is my voice here to say? So I have options for you. If you are getting started with this and you want something that's self-guided, if you want something that's very easy on the budget, but it's going to unlock a lot for you in terms of strategy, in terms of astrology, in terms of energetics around finding and sharing your voice, I created a course for you, Unlock Your Magnetic Message, that is the Astro Academy. It's truly worth 10 times that because I put years and years of things that I've learned along the way from trainings I've had, from coaches I've had, and also things I've learned by putting into practice with my clients for about 8 years. But I like to create things that are digestible and affordable for my baddies, right? That is through Astro Academy. And you have access to those materials forever. If you are in a space where you're like, okay, I'm ready for that next level. Maybe you did Cosmic Boss with me. Maybe you've been having your own business for a while and you're like, okay, I kind of did the starter stuff, but now I'm ready to take this to the next level and really learn how to scale. What's the systems I need, right? The strategy I need. What's the hype, the accountability, the astrology? What's the blueprint for me to take maybe making a couple hundred, a couple $1,000s a month and kind of crack into that 5-figure territory? This is for you, my upcoming offering, Purposeful and Profitable Priestess. It's all about how to do this, but also having fun while we do it. A question I've been getting a lot is this for, do you have to be an astrologer or, an intuitive or a coach? No. I specifically always tried to be like, I don't want to just coach coaches. I love coaches, but we want to think bigger. This is for you if you have a clientele, if you have something you want to teach, share on, whether you're good at home organizing, maybe you know how to do hormonal health tips, maybe you are someone who teaches really great photography skills to people at home, maybe you teach people how to invest. Like if you have a skill and something you want to share, I can help you grow, make money, and more importantly, make an impact, create community. I'm on a mission, right? To get my baddies wealthy, to get you paid for being you, and to have us all connect more and learn and grow with each other. So if you're interested, that is open right now. And we kick off June 15th. So as always, slide my DMs at I am MADI Murphy if you have questions. Who wants to talk about the moon? Me. I do. Now, baddies, I'm going to give you a heads up. This is going to be a shorter episode. This is one of those weeks of astrology where there's things happening, but it's like we're in a homeostasis in terms of kind of processing a lot what happened in the end of May. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so pen and paper out, get your cosmic calendar out. Monday, June 1. I love a Monday moon day that kicks off a month. It's very satisfying to my Virgo brain. And it's a Sag moon. We're coming off of this full moon. So Monday, continue to expand, excite yourself. Do something that like tickles your brain in an adventurous way. Go somewhere you've never been before, even in your local city. Watch a documentary on a cool, different culture. Or just, re-examine those beliefs. If you live in a city, I'm going to recommend you doing one of my favorite things I've always loved to do, but never had a name for, but urban hikes. Oh my God, it's so fun. And you can do this anywhere you live. But I love just, now I do it with the boys in the stroller, but maybe put on a podcast, one AirPod in, and just walking for like 2 hours, like through many different neighborhoods and just kind of seeing what I come across. Sag moon days, we're just look out for the Gemini sun, Sag moon, for just feeling flaky or overcommitting, trying to do too much, spreading ourselves too thin. Tuesday to Thursday, we have a Capricorn moon. So you know what I'm going to say? It's time to get down to business in some way. I know I'm looking at my calendar. I'm like, oh yeah, she already knew it was a Cap moon without even knowing it. But this is a great day to just tend to things we've been procrastinating on, handle business, just get yourself like clear and organized, but in that like CEO of your own life way, which also might mean like making some hirings or firings, literal or metaphorical. We're just looking out for being too hard on ourselves. Cap moon days, I always feel within myself that nothing's enough. I need to keep going. I need to like work harder, prove myself more. We ain't gonna do that, all right? The secret to Cap energy is honestly truly efficiency and knowing like the right systems. You don't have to be in that grind all the time. Friday, Saturday, Aquarius moon days. We love a Gemini sun, Aquarius moon, like leading into the weekend. Get out with your people. Go get out of the house. For the love of Pete, get out of the house, meet people, new people, hang out with old friends. I have been loving the Gemini season, just being in like, if astrology isn't real, in this Gemini season, I just started going to like a WeWork a few days a week, which felt so good and clear. I've just been planning IRL events for the city with one of our amazing team members, Saray. I've been just just trying to get out of the house more. I have a membership to this place in the city. And I'm like, go there, just chat people, meet people, like go do something new. I'm going to an amazing vision board workshop this week at this Tea Lady Katie on TikTok, Instagram. And like, I've been really just trying to be like party girl energy, go out, meet people. This energy of this weekend, there's something magical waiting for you. Their next big idea, connection, inspiration, but it's out of the house. Okay. So get over being a little anxious those days. Let's ground down, eat a potato, get in your body. Sunday, Pisces moon day. So Gemini sun, Pisces moon. This is a day for these spiritual messages to pop off. So I want you to pay attention to what spirit is coming through and telling you, but also like signs, symbols, synchronicities that are firing up. Like don't sleep on them. Give them their propers for sure. And then we have, so that's the end of the moon day. I'm like, my Pisces moon is like, ooh, already thinking about what you guys are all going to feel. I want you to be very clear with your words on that day. Okay. Like I just got kind of a download of just being very mindful over the words you're speaking over yourself and your situation. The lines are open. And this leads me into our planetary planning. Kicks off. Okay, we really only have like one big headline this week. I'll give you a little follow-up, like a below the fold headline. But the main headline is Mercury moves into Cancer. And this is going to last from June 1st to August 9th. So this is sort of the plot twist. This is sort of the one of these things is not like the other of this Gemini season. Now we have a lot of air going on. We have a lot of fire. You're the fire horse. Hot nay. Still going. Then we have Mars in Taurus, which is holding us down to the ground. It can also make us a little stubborn, a little bullheaded, brings up a lot in the Taurus part of our chart. Mars in Taurus can just, it's activating Pluto in Aquarius. I talked about last week, it can activate a lot of power struggles, right? Now Mercury in Cancer comes in to really drop us into our feels, drop us into our heart space, drop us into our needs, drop us into like those feelings of like, I just need to cry. I don't know why, but it's going to show me something in that release. Okay. So again, we're communicating it from the heart. Mercury in Cancer, all this Gemini season energy is like, share your message, share your voice. But Mercury in Cancer is like, do not share Claude's voice or ChatGPT's voice. It's like, this is like, share something from your heart to connect with someone else to help them know they're not alone. Right? They can do this, or they can see themselves in you, or they can have a laugh or a giggle or learn something from your experience. It's like really pulling in us. And sometimes the stories that we're meant to tell come to us in packaging that quite frankly sucks. Like it feels really hard and intense. So if you're feeling that, just know that like, wow, this is probably going to be a really inspiring story to someone else one day. Right. And like or this thing that I'm like still working through or don't understand like why that had to happen. You can really look at it and alchemize it through the Gemini lens of like, oh, this is part of my story. How do I embrace that? And how do I see it, that, I can transmute and transform that, knowing that. And then Mercury in Cancer, how can I tend to myself? How can I focus on what I need? How can I maybe have a boundary so I don't go through that again or trust myself more deeply? Right? And Mercury in Cancer is going to have our minds thinking a lot about family and security and stability and the past, maybe. So we are going to be going to Mercury retrograde in Cancer later in the month. So just preparing that the things that are coming up this week might like have a retrograde moment at the end of the month. Okay. So what's a good call to action for this? It's like, well, if there's something sticky or a thread or something that's like, open and you want to close it now or get ahead of it, or just knowing that Mercury's going to retrograde and something is going to come up in the Cancer part of your chart. So that kind of segues into like June 3rd. The other sub headline is Mercury is going to square Neptune on that day. So you're going to have sort of this interesting, like the brain is saying one thing, your intuition's saying another. You're going to feel a little bit like all over the place. Maybe your nervous system is going to. And this is like trying to use like Google Maps with like a weak signal. And you're going to feel a little like murky and Mercury this day. So I want us to this is a great day to not force. This is a great day to breathe, wait, observe. And like, if you're focused on getting something done, this is a great day on June 3rd to just do something completely like that doesn't have anything to do with that. Like clean your closet if you're stuck on a problem at work. You go for a walk, go see a movie at your independent cinema. Like this is like, we're going to move through the stuckness by sort of just like opening up a new path and like letting that thing cook for a day. Okay. So breathe, observe, like I said, touch grass, let the fog clear this day and see what remains in the coming days. So that is your forecast for the week. Like I said, a little short but sweet this week because I'm not here just to fill up space. I know we have lives to live. If you are someone who is wanting the whole Gemini season overview, we did create a bonus goodie for you on our Cosmic RX Substack. This is behind a paywall. Everything else on there is completely free, but it's not expensive. But if you're someone who's like, I want to map out all of Gemini seasons, I have launches, I have things to do, I want to see like the whole month ahead, check that out there. Okay. And it also gives you, I feel like, a great understanding of the context of the story playing out of every zodiac season. And of course, we'll have it for Cancer too. But yeah, so for this week, Renal, the astrology that I mentioned, last week, Mars and Taurus, all of that. But now we're moving into Mercury in Cancer. So pay attention to your feelings and remember the Cancer key from my book, I Need What I Need. What do you need to feel your clearest self? To communicate from the heart, right? To feel like an open channel for creativity and ideas and connection. That's your homework. So until next week, I'm sending you so much love. I'm wrapping you in stardust. And of course, sending you all the prayers and all the fairy dust for those big, fat, juicy checks and that hot, fulfilling, toe curling sex. Yow! Until next week. Mwah. Do you love getting your Cosmic RX for the week here and want more? Make sure to sign up for our premium subscription so you can get exclusive access to bonus podcast episodes, all of my astrology info for the month ahead, and live new and full moon calls to help you manifest your dream life with an intentional international community of other cosmic baddies. Sign up through our link in show notes. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you want to know more about Cosmic RX, head on over to thecosmicrx.com. And if you really love this show, I'd love it if you left a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. I super love hearing from you and reading your reviews. All right, you cosmic baddie, tune in next week. And until then, remember, love yourself fully, work your magic, and take no shit.